Hi, welcome to the week 6 discussion, group counseling reflection. My name is Brian. So I have a whole bunch of stuff written and processing, but after the announcement, it kind of said, just share. So I'm going to try to keep it a little bit more real, especially because I went to an Alcoholics Anonymous 12-step group. The thing with that is, right, I'm the manager for the Alcoholics Anonymous Central Office. I got 10 years sober. I love these meetings. They mean the world to me. I think that they absolutely 100% change people's lives, and I see it happen on a daily basis. I got sponsors and sponsees. It's a phenomenal organization in so many ways. So one of the reasons I joined the master's program was specifically because just sponsoring and just doing that work was limiting, right? I wasn't able to really help some of these people that were hitting some roadblocks. And sponsorship is a tremendous responsibility, and so I wanted to make sure I was doing it effectively. And now I understand sponsorship is different than being a therapist, but still, skills do bleed into each other. So what kind of meeting did I attend, right? So I attended a 12-step meeting, right? I actually attended a meeting that I started. It's called the sponsorship group, where people discuss what it means to be a sponsor and what it means to be a sponsee, and people find sponsorships in these groups. We read out of a Hazelton book, and it's phenomenal. It's actually starting to. There's a lot of people. I think the last meeting there was about 25 people there. It was a real positive experience. So how the group interact? I've been in here long enough that I understand the group, is super welcoming to newcomers. As a general rule, we acknowledge them. We go out of our way to shake their hands and talk to them and stuff like that. For more of the people that have been there for a while, they're personalities. They interact with each other and they know specific things, so they can get annoyed and stuff like that. But as a general rule, when you fall back on the 12 steps, they have tools to kind of keep everything positive. They actually have a saying, personalities. Principles before personalities, which is phenomenal. It's kind of one of the fundamental ideas, right? So did I feel welcome? Of course. I've known these people for decades, and absolutely. Because I have a positive interaction, because I do the work that I'm supposed to say, because I help facilitate groups and do things like that. I was very well received, and I try to do the same. I try to make sure that they all feel welcome, regardless of things, right? So just little things that make other people feel welcome. I try to remember newcomers' names. I try to get to know their story a little bit. I try to make them smile. They'd say we're not a glum lot. I want them to know that when they walk through the doors, it's not the end of their life. It's not like, oh, I finally hit this rock bottom. It's actually the start of a new beginning. So what did I learn from this experience? I learned something with every meeting. They have a saying too, where you try to find the similarities, not the differences. Even though I've read some of this stuff over and over and over in this past decade, I always seem to get new insights, right? So specifically in this one, I learned how to examine this week, how I grew, right? So I reflected one way I might have spiritually grown, which is a way that I also help to prevent potential relapse and stuff like that. We also examined. There was somebody that was having a 1-year birthday party. It was phenomenal to celebrate that with her, and she was actually going out to one of the rehabs that I work in, and she was going to carry the message there. So it was just kind of an amazing thing. So how's it going to help me in work as a counselor? So yeah, just understanding the 12 steps. I can recognize, for me, this is just a personal thing. I don't know if it's correct, but a lot of people, man, they've got this barrier of substance that now I understand you have to treat co-occurring. I get that, but this substance abuse is this giant wall that stands in the way of accurately assessing or figuring out things to find out where they're really at in a true sense of the form of the world they're living in, because the substance just makes the entire thing murky. That's just a personal opinion of mine. But yeah, so if I notice that somebody's coming in with a substance abuse problem, or I see relationship problems or work problems and stuff, and they also attribute substances, I'm going to be pretty strong, because I've drank the Kool-Aid that is the 12-step program. I'm going to be pretty strongly focused on the idea of suggesting that you go to a 12-step meeting so that we can try to get some of that stuff out of the way, right? But yeah, a lot of people court ordered that come in there, and just it's just an interesting place. There's a lot of really good growth that I see, like serious growth and change. And so I encourage 12-step programs for anybody that's wrestling with substance abuse, whether it be NA or AA. That's kind of like personal preference. I found a home in AA, and I love the people there. But I don't know if this exactly meets the assignments, but like I said, this was something more specific, near and dear to my heart, so I wanted to share a little bit more personal. So thanks for letting me share. My name is Brian, and have a great day.